Well, day one of SEC Media Days is in the books. The Carolina contingent, one of the 4 teams making the appearance here in front of the reporters who cover the SEC on a 24/7 basis. Shane Beamer arriving in Atlanta for the league's annual preseason media gathering, and he had plenty to talk about as he is coming off his best season since taking over the Gamecock program, a 9-win campaign and very nearly the school's first playoff appearance.
Yeah, it's realizing what a thin line it is between winning and losing, and everybody wants to talk about the 2-point loss to Alabama and the 3-point loss to LSU. Well, nobody talks about the 4-point win against Old Dominion or the 3-point win against Clemson or the 4-point win against Missouri. So I think we had, 6 games last year that came down to 4 points or less. So for me, it's just understanding that every Saturday is a battle. Every Saturday you better be at your best. And in this league, anybody can beat anybody any Saturday. So embracing the things that we did well, but there's a lot of things that we need to improve on from last season, and we've spent a lot of time working on that so we can be even better in 25.
Well, the hype surrounding Gamecock quarterback LaNorris Sellers is off the charts as he is now a legitimate Heisman Trophy candidate, and it was quite an eventful offseason for LaNorris as one SEC team reportedly offered him $8 million to transfer to their school. Obviously, Sellers chose to stay and not take the money and run.
What did lead you to wanting to stay in South Carolina and not go somewhere else like a lot of other players do?
Everything I needed was in South Carolina. Like, I grew up there, my family's there. Anything I needed was an hour and 5 up the road from me. School pretty much take care of like rent and all that, so it's not like you really need too much, like, you know what I'm saying? So everything I needed in South Carolina, there's no point in me going somewhere to start over.
Not to get into his business, we didn't have a lot of, in-depth conversations in regards to, hey man, I really want you to stay, and are you leaving? I don't know if we had that conversation because maybe I was naive, but I knew he loved it here. And he's coming off a season as a starting quarterback where he wins 9 games. He's playing as well as any quarterback in the country at the end of last season. He's coming back on a really good team, and he loves being here. Like, why the hell would you leave? And excuse my language, but I know money's an aspect of it, but it's also don't mess with happiness either. And he's got a great situation here. We are what we said in recruiting is who we are, and he knows that everything that he wants to accomplish, he can here at South Carolina on and off the field. He's doing great academically. He's doing an internship this summer with a construction company for his major, and he's taking the next step football-wise.
In the secondary, former Spring Valley quarterback DQ Smith has developed into quite the safety for the Gamecocks. He started 34 games for his career. That is the most on the team.
Becoming more vocal, coming in, I wasn't really that vocal. I was a quiet guy, just kind of coming in, playing ball, listening to what I'm told. But now that I know a lot, being more vocal, leading the younger guys, even the transfers, even just making sure everybody on the same page, because if we're not on the same page, we can't be a successful team if everybody's not on the same page.
It's safe to say we are at peak talking season because tomorrow Dabo Swinney and the Tigers will hold a media day in the upstate. So I have that for you along with other items related to SEC Media Days here in Atlanta. Reggie Anderson, News 19 WLTX.